Have you experienced loss of someone you love, a sudden change of plans, a missed opportunity, a failed relationship, or a situation that happened that you wish to be the way you want or want it to be, the way you want or wanted it to be? Acceptance is what I'm getting ready to talk about. For us ladies, accepting the fact that the man you're with may not be capable of loving you the way you need to be loved, or maybe the way you want to be loved. Accepting that is saying, okay, I get it, I accept this, and then you're moving on to someone else. Or you're, I'm not gonna say you're moving on to someone else, but you're willing to wait for that right person to come along that can love you right. Not staying there is not accepting. I think that's why we still be in bad relationships, because we still trying to make them work when we know they don't work. um Accepting a divorce, or accepting that with you and your husband, that this is a bad marriage. It doesn't serve me, it doesn't serve you. You sleeping in one bedroom, I'm sleeping in another bedroom. I don't, this doesn't work. I don't want to be here anymore. Instead of being there for convenience, or instead of just trying to make something work, or I'm not going to accept the fact that it's not going to work because I'm too afraid to be alone. That's crazy. You need acceptance is a mother, because it's the hardest thing to do, and we fight it every day, and that's part of our stress. That's something you can eliminate. Peace is accepting life the way it really is. That saying, it is what it is very true. It is what it is. Let it be what it is. Don't try to make it into something you want it to be, or try to control the situation by wishing it was something else that you wanted it to be. Because as long as you're trying to control it with what you wanted it to be, then you're going to always live in what you want it to be. You will never accept anything. It'll always be the way you want it to be. Well, I ain't going to leave a relationship because I want it to be like this, and maybe I can make it be like this. You're going to be miserable because you ain't going to make nobody do nothing, and they can't make you do nothing. I posted a quote on Facebook. I think it was last week or a week or so, but it was about peace is accepting life the way it really is, and I think it takes away stress for us to not believe. I'm sorry, it takes away the stress when we decide to accept something. It takes away the stress, because you're accepting life as it is. It don't mean you a punk. It don't mean you ain't got no control. Well, it does mean you ain't got control. It means God is in control. But it doesn't mean that you're conforming. It doesn't mean that you're accepting mess. It doesn't mean that it's a sign of weakness. It just means that you are letting God do what only he can do, and that's be in control of your life. And because he doesn't make any accidents, you should understand and trust that what he does is good. Even the crisis and challenges that he brings in your life, you should welcome them. I know it sounds crazy, but you should welcome them, because they're there to grow you, mature you, expand you, and make you more of who you are, and prepare you for what it is that God wants to prepare you for, whatever the purpose that he has for you. um you know uh when you anytime you dealing with, in life, life is always changing. Recently my daughter went to school, and she's in school, she has her own apartment, and she has her own car. But that's, it's kind of hard, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm able to manage because I have my own shit going on. I don't need to be all up in her space. I know how to be there, and I know how to not be there, because I'm allowing her to grow up as a young lady. I'm not all in her face. You know what I'm saying? She comes to me when she wants to talk. I call and check up on her, but I'm not bugging her like some little crazy woman, because I haven't accepted, or I didn't never try to stop her from getting her own apartment and moving out, because that's me stopping God's progression. She's supposed to get a certain age and go to college and go to work and get her own apartment. That's what she's supposed to do. But as parents, sometimes when we try to stop stuff, we stop the natural progression of life. And so when you fighting, life, you know, you're going to be on the other side of history. I think that's what Mike Epps said in Jump in the Broom when he talked to Loretta Levine or Divine or whatever her name is. And I feel like if we fight constantly and if we resist change, or you know, the life crisis or the challenges, that we create stress, we create the turbulence in our minds, we create stress and negativity of our energies, we create stress in our bodies, which create diseases like cancer and other diseases that are not good for our bodies, that no longer serve, that don't serve us at all. Okay. I feel like you make life smoother. Life goes smoother when you begin to accept things as they happen. Case in point, I was in a relationship. I had to accept that this man that I was dating, I had dated. And if you look at one of my videos, my older videos on YouTube, Landis TV, you will see the video called Emotionally Unavailable. Well, I dated a man that I found out was, you know, emotionally unavailable. And I think I had been in a relationship with him on and off, okay? And I'm trying to still make it work. He was still trying to make it work. And I just had to come, and when I had that situation with him, he was still trying to make it work. And I was at the point of hell no. And I was nice about it, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to talk to me, you know what I'm saying? And we talked, and I told him, I said, I'm not, you know, I no offense, but maybe I didn't say maybe. I said, I am not the woman for you. I'm not the woman for you. You're not the man for me. You know what I'm saying? Let's be cool. We can be friends, but this is not going to work. I'm tired of, it's just not going to work. I need to accept that, and you need to accept that. And it just came down to that. I mean, we had been on and off, going, trying to make it work, still trying to control the situation instead of just seeing, okay, this really isn't working. I ignored my thought in my heart and in my mind. I knew it wasn't working. I knew it wasn't working before I decided to accept it. But I kept trying to make it be what I wanted it to be. And he kept trying to make it be what he wanted it to be, but it wasn't there. And so I had to accept, that he wasn't the man for me. And you know what I'm saying? And I was able to leave and move on with my life. So ladies, if you're in a relationship, like Maya Angelou said, when somebody show you who they are, believe them. Don't second guess yourself. If it ain't gonna work, you already know it ain't gonna work. So just go head on. Okay, so anyway, I discovered that I was not stressed when I chose to be accepting of things in my life. We talking car accidents, the loss of my dad. If you done lost a car, you done lost a house, or whatever it is that you done lost, you got to accept it. I mean, that's so, it's easy to say, but it's really hard to do. When I found that when things happen in my life and I just decided to accept it, things got better for me. It felt like that's when the power came in to help me to get through it, or help me to deal with it, because once I accepted it, that's what the power came down. It was like, okay, I accepted it. God, help me deal with this. I don't know what to do. This is, when my dad passed, it was the worst thing I felt like it was the worst thing I ever had to do, bury my daddy. I'm a daddy's girl. So that was the hardest thing ever, that I had to do. But it's something that I had to accept at the same time. And baby, it was hard. But I went to counseling, I journaled, I prayed. I did everything to fight for my life, because I wanted, like I told another lady today, I wanted to die when my dad passed. That was my best friend in the world. Like, If I find a man that was like my daddy, you know, he didn't do everything right, but the stuff that he did right, we was best friends. If I could find a man to do the stuff he did right, oh yes, that's a winner for me.